What's up everyone, Andrew Baena here, and on today's video we're going to be taking a look at my newest guitar from Schecter. This is one of the newest 8-strings that Schecter offers, and it is also one of the newest artist models because this is the Tau 8-string, which is the signature guitar of John Brown from Monuments. This guitar also comes in a 6-string and a 7-string variation, but of course I have the 8-string variation right here, and for you lefties there is good news, these all come left-handed as well. Also, before we move on, I just want to give a massive thank you to Schecter for sending this guitar over to me. My thoughts and opinions are my own, of course, and I will try to be as unbiased as possible, but it is worth noting that the guitar was sent to me in exchange for a demo. If you're unfamiliar with my channel, the way that I like to do my demo videos is first show you how the guitar sounds in a full demo mix, then we're going to come back and talk about the specs and features of this instrument, show you some soloed tone clips, and then last but not least talk about my thoughts and opinions on this instrument. So with that being said, first and foremost, I'm going to show you how the Tau 8-string sounds in a full demo mix. For this full mix demo, I was playing a clip of the song titled The Origin of Escape by Monuments, and it sounds like this. Okay, so now that you've heard how the Tau 8 sounds in a full demo mix, we're going to talk about the specs and features of this instrument. So first and foremost, starting off with the body of this guitar, we have this flame maple veneer in this awesome transparent purple finish, along with a hipshot hardtail bridge, a 3-way pickup selector on the bottom, as well as one single volume knob, which is also a push-pull for a coil split. Moving on to the back of the guitar, we have this beautiful piece of swamp ash, which is the rest of the body. And like I said, the flame maple is just a veneer, so it's very thin. You can see there just how thin it is. As for the pickups, we have 2 pickups from Schecter. These were designed in collaboration with John Brown, and these are called the Chaos Breaker and the Colossus pickups. This model in particular is a bolt-on guitar, and it also has the upper horn shaved away. Moving on to the neck of the guitar, on the headstock we have these hipshot open gear locking tuners up top, and then for the neck itself we have a 5-piece neck, which is Wenge and Padauk. The neck also has a very thin satin finish where you can basically feel the wood grain throughout the entire neck. It feels very nice to play. The fretboard on this guitar is ebony with no front inlays, and on the side we have glow-in-the-dark luminlay side dots. This guitar is also a baritone guitar, meaning that it has a 27-inch baritone scale length, which is pretty standard for 8-string guitars. And this guitar also has 24 extra jumbo stainless steel frets. This guitar also comes with one of Schecter's branded straps, which have these included strap lock systems on the bottom there. And that pretty much does it for the specs and features of the Tau 8. So next up, I'm going to show you how the guitar sounds like by itself, outside of the context of the mix. For this part of the video, I'm only going to be doing a rhythm tone and a clean tone. I'm not doing leads this time around. If you're unfamiliar with my channel, I don't do leads very often, I'm sorry. But I'm going to show you what the heavy rhythm tone sounds like using the humbucker, and then we're going to do the same heavy rhythm tone but with the coil split engaged, so you can hear the difference in the single coil sound versus the full humbucker sound. And then for the clean tone, we're going to go through all 3 different pickup positions as well as a coil split on all 3 positions. With that being said, this is how it sounds. Okay, so now that you've heard how it sounds in a full demo mix, heard how it sounds by itself, you know the specs and the features, the last thing to do is talk about my personal thoughts and opinions on this guitar. Now, I have owned 3 different 8-string guitars from Schecter at this point, this being the 3rd one, and in my opinion, this is my favorite of the 3. On the first 8-string that I got from Schecter, I wasn't a very big fan of the pickups, and with the second one I got, which is the Rob Scallon signature model, I thought that they sounded a lot better, and with this one, I think that they sound even better still. That's not to say that the Rob Scallon pickups sound bad or anything like that. These are just a little bit more suited towards what I would personally look for when plugging in a guitar. For Rob Scallon's model, it's more meant to be versatile and be played for all types of different genres of music, whereas for John Brown's, I feel like it was a lot more geared at metal specifically, which is pretty much all I do. So therefore, I think that's why I like these pickups a little bit more. This guitar is a little heavier, however, than the other 2 Schecters that I've had. I'm not really sure how that's possible since the body is swamp ash, and swamp ash is pretty typically a light wood. So I'm thinking that some of the weight must come from the neck. However, the guitar doesn't really have any neck dive, so you don't need to worry about that. And the weight isn't egregious or anything like that. It's pretty typical for around what you would expect for an 8-string guitar, probably around the like 9 or 8 pound range. I know some people don't really like the 27-inch scale that is pretty typically found on 8-strings. I personally don't mind, and I think that it is perfectly fine for my purposes. If you're only tuning to like drop E or F sharp around that range, I think 27 inches is perfectly fine. You can probably push it even lower. You're just going to need to start upping those string gauges to be a little thick for my liking. But since those are usually the tunings that I'm using, I don't mind 27 inches at all. If you are tuning lower than D sharp or E or whatever, then yeah, maybe this won't be quite enough for you. The actual fit and finish and feel of the guitar is really, really nice. I really like the transparent purple finish on the top. I know that sometimes in some lighting it doesn't come out quite as good in my basement here, but I'm trying to make it look as good as possible. Since it has that satin finish, it does seem to have this kind of like shine to it, which makes it appear white on this camera, but I assure you, that purple is really nice, like right there. As for the hardware, you can't go wrong with Hipshot, so I like that, no complaints there. I like the very simple control layout here with just the 3-way pickup selector and the single volume knob. Very cool, very easy to use, big fan of that. I do not like tone knobs, so I'm always happy to not see one. So yeah, overall, I don't really have anything negative to say about this guitar. The only thing that I wish, which is a personal opinion, is I do wish that John would have done the neon green finish like he had with his Mayonnaise back in the day when those were a thing, because he had the juice burst and also had a purple finish with Mayonnaise, and he chose to go with just the purple for now. Maybe in the future he'll expand it and add a green finish. John, looking at you, make it happen. But yeah, for real, there is nothing I can complain about on this guitar. Everything feels and sounds amazing, and like I said, it is definitely my favorite Schecter of the 3 that I've had from them so far. I really like these pickups. Schecter is continuously improving their 8-string pickup sound. I don't really know where Schecter can go from here with their name brand pickups, but these sound awesome, and I would be more than happy to have these in pretty much any 8-string. So if you're interested in learning more about this guitar, or in case there's any specs or features that I missed, or anything that you want to know, the link to this guitar is in the description and the pinned comment below. Again, a massive thank you to Schecter for sponsoring this video and sending this guitar over to me. It's been an absolute pleasure working with them for the past couple of years, and I look forward to doing many more videos with them in the near future. Last but not least, if you want audio downloads or stems or a shout out on the screen like these lovely people here, go check out my Patreon page. It's linked in the description below. That's all I gotta say. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time.